Look at this number, $1,399. That is the total cash reserve of SoundCave Technology, a company aiming to disrupt the global wearable market. For context, that's barely enough to buy a high-end MacBook Pro, yet they are carrying a $126,000 deficit. Welcome to the Zero Revenue Infinite Risk Zone. We are HDIN Research, and today we're performing a forensic audit on a venture that's currently less of a tech giant and more of a financial cliffhanger. It's a smart hoodie company, where the only thing being washed away is the investor's capital. Let's see if there's an engine under this hood. In consulting, we use the SCQA framework to spot the fatal flaw. The situation is sexy. Smart textiles are booming. The complication? SoundCave has $0 in R&D. Imagine trying to build a rocket ship while spending exactly $0 on fuel or engineering. The key question isn't about the product, it's about survival. Can a venture with no patents and no cash compete with the Nikes of the world? It's like bringing a toothpick to a nuclear standoff and calling it a disruptive strategy. This revenue chart is a masterpiece of minimalism. It's a flatline that would make a cardiologist panic. 2 years, $0. While the smart textile market grew by double digits, SoundCave's revenue stayed as frozen as a Canadian winter. The insight here is stagnation wall. When a tech company's only growing metric is its cumulative loss, you aren't looking at a long-term play. You're looking at a corporate ghost ship. It's a business that's legally alive, but operationally extinct. Let's follow the money, or what's left of it. 63% of the burn went to professional fees. That's code for paying lawyers and auditors to explain why the company is failing. Meanwhile, R&D got exactly 0%. We call this compliance over creation. They are spending all their energy keeping the lights on in the courtroom while the laboratory is literally empty. It's like paying for a premium gym membership but never actually lifting a weight. You just like the paperwork. The liquidity wall is here. $1,399 in cash. That wouldn't cover the coffee budget for a McKinsey team for a week. Against that, we have a $126,000 deficit. 91% of their debt is owed to a single person, the director. This isn't a diversified tech play. It's a personal loan disguised as a public company. If the director stops writing checks, the company vanishes faster than a Snapchat message. This is financial extreme tightrope walking, without a safety net. The smart hoodie sounds great on paper, washable Bluetooth speakers and fleece. But here is the reality. Without a factory, it's just a ghost garment. There's no manufacturing base, no supply chain, just a concept. In the tech world, an idea without execution is just a hallucination. They're selling the future of fashion while still stuck in the sketching phase. It's basically a very expensive mood board. A startup's value lies in its moat. SoundCave's moat is a dry ditch. 0 patents, 0 employees, 0 factories. This is the single-node failure model. In the time it takes to film this video, a competitor could 3D scan their concept and mass-produce it. When your intellectual property is basically a Google search of existing tech, you don't have a business. You have a vulnerability with a logo. Let's talk about David versus Goliath. In this corner, Nike and Adidas, with $2 billion R&D budgets. In the other corner, SoundCave with 0. This isn't a fair fight. It's a strategic mismatch. The incumbents have a fortress of patents. SoundCave is trying to storm that fortress with a cotton hoodie. Unless you have a secret weapon, which the filings suggest you don't, this is less of a competition and more of a voluntary liquidation exercise. We do not own any patents. That's a direct quote from their filing. For a hardware company, that is the corporate equivalent of leaving your front door open, your vault unlocked, and putting a sign out front that says free stuff. Patent density is 0%. Without IP, there is no exit strategy. No one acquires a tech company for its vibes. They buy it for the patents. And here, the cupboard is bare. Meet the board of directors, Christopher Campbell, also the CEO, and the CFO, and the secretary, and the treasurer. If Chris calls a board meeting, he's just talking to a mirror. This one-man board structure is a governance nightmare. There are no independent checks, no audit committees, no adults in the room. It's a benevolent dictatorship, where the dictator is also the accountant. What could possibly go wrong? The auditors were blunt. Internal controls are ineffective. That's the polite way of saying the financial reporting is a mess. There are no formal policies and no financial experts. It's like trying to fly a Boeing 747 with a manual written in crayon. When a company admits its own controls are broken, investors shouldn't just walk away. They should run. This is a material weakness that usually precedes a total collapse. The supply chain is theoretical. They want to target North American Gen Z, but they have no way to get the hoodies from A to B. It's hope-based logistics. In the consulting world, hope is not a strategy. Without a partner in Southeast Asia or a local fulfillment center, this product is effectively stuck in loading screen mode forever. They claim the fabric is, quote, good for the environment. How? We don't know. There's zero data on emissions or labor audits. In 2026, green vague is a liability. Without a life cycle assessment, these claims are just eco-decoration. It's greenwashing without the green. If they ever do launch, the ESG regulators will be their first customers, and they won't be buying hoodies. Here is the survival clock. They need $16,000 just to keep the lawyers happy and $380,000 to actually build something. This is the death valley of financing. If they don't find a sugar daddy investor by Q3, the going concern warning becomes a gone concern. They are currently looking for a $380,000 miracle. If we were at McKinsey advising them, we'd say, pivot or perish. Strategy 1, file a patent, any patent. Strategy 2, get a real board. Strategy 3, stop dreaming about your own factory and find a JV partner. Right now, they are trying to do everything and succeeding at nothing. They need to turn this one-man show into a real business before the credits roll. The HDIN verdict? Sound Cave is a concept shell. The vision is there, but the engine is missing. It's a high-risk outlier that's currently redlining on every survival metric. Unless they secure that $380,000 and some real IP, the smart hoodie is destined for the startup cemetery. It's a visionary dream wrapped in a liquidity nightmare. Is this a hidden gem or a sinking ship? Tell us in the comments. We've uploaded the full dataset to our research hub. If you want the raw numbers that we didn't have time to roast here, click the link below. Don't forget to follow at HDIN 230 for more forensic tech audits.